This is the story of Os Pães se Darintin Permais, or a show that almost disappeared before it became super famous. A group of unusual people, led by the mysterious professor, planned to do the biggest heist ever. Red jumpsuits, Salvador Dali masks, a message against the system. The world would soon be obsessed. But in Spain, it was a different story. The show first aired on Antena 3, and people were excited at first, but then not many people watched it. The exciting story felt slow, made longer by very long episodes and showing only one a week. The actors and crew thought the show would be cancelled, believing the story was over before it even started. The main idea of the show was strong, interesting characters, a bold plan, but it wasn't connecting with people. Viewers stopped watching, and the TV network's money seemed wasted. The heist was failing, not on screen, but in homes all over Spain. Then, quietly, everything changed. Netflix bought the show, adding it to their global library without any fuss. No news announcements, no advertising, just a forgotten Spanish show, waiting to be found. What happened next is a famous TV story. The show, which was a disappointment in its own country, was about to get a new life. It would become one of Netflix's most watched shows that wasn't in English. This turnaround wasn't luck, it was about how the story was told. The lesson? Sometimes, a brilliant plan just needs another chance, and the right way to show it. The professor's heist was about to capture the world's imagination. The comeback was about to begin. The show's future would be rewritten, not by changing the story, but by changing its rhythm. This is how you make a comeback. The heist was only getting started. Why did struggle at first? The answer is in how it was shown. In Spain, big shows in the evening are very long, 70 minutes or more, made for slow, family viewing. But for a thrilling show with lots of danger, this way of showing it was a disaster. The weekly schedule made the suspense too thin. Exciting moments at the end of an episode lost their power, and important details were forgotten between episodes. Commercial breaks broke the feeling of being in the story, stopping the tension at the worst times. Imagine a heist stopped by yogurt commercials. The energy lost, viewers gone. The show's complicated story needed to be fast and urgent, but the way it was shown only broke it into pieces. The result? An exciting movie-like show stuck in the body of a slow drama. The audience got tired, leaving the heist before it was over. The show's brilliance was choked by how it was delivered. The wrong fit between the story and the way it was shown was deadly. The heist needed excitement, not a long, drawn-out experience. The Spanish TV model just couldn't keep up. The show was losing the race before it even began. Let's look closer at the problem with those 70-minute episodes. In a heist story, how fast things move is everything, a ticking clock, constant tension, but the original version dragged, making scenes and talks much longer than they needed to be. The result? Parts of the story, where nothing happened, where the plot stopped and the energy went away. Exciting moments at the end of episodes lost their urgency, buried at the end of a long, winding journey. The long format made the show less sharp, turning strong curiosity into just a little interest. Today's viewers expect fast-paced storytelling, not slow ones. The show was forced to fit into a container made for a different time. The heart was like a runner who sprints, not one who runs a marathon. The story wasn't bad, it was just told the wrong way. The wrong format took away its energy, and the audience felt it. The heist's ticking clock was quieted, and so was its impact. The show needed a new rhythm to survive. The answer was waiting on a global stage. After its poor performance in Spain, should have just disappeared, but Netflix, wanting to add more international shows, quietly picked it up. No one expected much, a failed Spanish thriller, just another title in a huge list. But Netflix saw something special. They recognized the brilliance hidden inside those long episodes. The solution? A big change in editing. Netflix took the show back to the editing room, changing it for an audience that likes to watch many episodes at once. They cut out the unnecessary parts, made the pace faster, and changed how the story was put together. The result was a show made to be addictive, smooth, exciting, impossible to stop watching. This change was a huge deal. Netflix became more than just a place to watch shows, it became a partner in making it. The amazing show hidden in plain sight was finally shown. The heist was reborn, ready for people all over the world. The show's second chance was about to become a huge hit. The right story, in the right hands, shown the right way. The world was about to fall in love with. The comeback was complete. The heist was back on. The change started in the editing room. Netflix re-edited the original 15 episodes into 22, each about 45 minutes long. The pace became super fast. Scenes were shorter, talks were cut, smaller storylines were made shorter. Exciting moments at the end of episodes now hit faster and harder, making people want to watch just one more episode. The new way of putting the show together made it leaner, more urgent, and impossible to pause. Quick cuts between the robbers, the professor, and the police made the chaos and excitement higher. The story became easier to follow, but even more thrilling. Netflix didn't change the plot. They changed the rhythm. The same ingredients, a new recipe. A slow drama became a global thriller. The show's addictive energy was finally set free. The re-edit proved that how fast things move and how a story is put together can make or break it. Was now a global feast, not just a local dish. The world was hooked. The heist had found its perfect way of being shown. The legend was born. As became huge, its symbols jumped off the screen. The red jumpsuit and Dali mask became famous all over the world, uniforms of togetherness and fighting against the rules. The mask's spooky face stood for being unknown and standing up against the system. The show's use of Bella Ciao turned an old folk song into a worldwide song of resistance. Fans everywhere put on the mask, sang the song, and joined the movement. The show's symbols were simple, powerful, and easy to use. Anyone could put on a mask or sing the song. Suddenly, fighting back was easy to do. The symbols became tools for protest, going beyond just a TV show. The heist was no longer just a story, it was an idea people could live. The Dali mask and red jumpsuit appeared at parties and protests alike. The show's images became a shared language for people all over the world. The symbols of a made-up heist became the face of real-world defiance. The line between story and reality blurred. The world was now part of the heist. Became popular during a time of global uncertainty and not trusting others. The problems from money crises made many people feel helpless and angry at the system. The professor's crew weren't just robbers, they were rebels, targeting big organizations, not people. The show's moral message let viewers cheer for the underdogs without feeling bad. They were like modern Robin Hoods, fighting a corrupt system. The message hit hard in a world that wanted justice. Then came the pandemic, lockdowns, chaos, and people stuck at home watching TV. The show's themes of being trapped and fighting back connected with people in a new way. The professor's careful planning was a fantasy of having control in a world that felt out of control. The timing was perfect. The right story, the right message, the right way of showing it, at the right moment. The show became something everyone shared during a time of crisis. The heist was now everyone's story. The impact of went much further than TV. Protesters worldwide used the Dali mask and red jumpsuit as symbols of fighting back. The show's images united movements from Lebanon to Chile, giving a face to disagreement. Bella Ciao became a global song, sung in the streets. The line between made-up stories and real life blurred. Art inspiring action. The show's story of people who are not powerful, challenging those in power, connected everywhere. The Dali mask let protesters be both individuals and part of a group. The show didn't create unhappiness, it gave it a powerful, uniting look. Storytelling became a tool for real-world change. The creators meant to entertain, but ended up shaping a movement. The heist had become a global symbol of defiance. The Journey of is a great example of how important delivery is. The story never changed, only the way it was told. The original way of showing it choked its brilliance. Netflix's re-edit set it free. The show's success was about more than just the plot. It was about energy, how it was put together, and timing. The right way of showing it turned a show almost canceled into a global hit. The lesson: how you tell a story is just as important as the story itself. A masterpiece can be hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right frame. The heist's true genius was revealed by a second chance and a new way of showing it. Sometimes, you don't need a new plan, just a new way to tell it. The world followed, holding its breath to the very end. The art of the comeback was complete.